Welcome to Honduras This Week Online News Videocast for Monday, February 18, 2008. This videocast is brought to you by Minister Suites, Sweet Dreams. Tela. Tourists will find more reasons to flock to the north coast. At one time, Tela was a major banana port, buzzing with industry and activity. The old pier and few stately banana company buildings stand all but ignored, testaments to the glory days of Tela's storied past. Although Tela has seemingly fallen on hard times, an awakening of sorts is in the air. The tropical North Coast town is now turning its attention towards tourism. Read the full story by Howard Rosenzweig in the Travel and Tourism section. Honduras and the National University, a dynamic duo. Universities are part of the group of social organizations that play a fundamental role in society's transformation. They foster individual intellect necessary for the modernization and democratization of the people. This is where they provide the themes and values that assure social stability, services to communities in need, and provide solutions to various and complex problems associated with good and development of the country. Read the full article in the Opinions and Editorial section. Venezuelan petroleum funds to be invested in Honduran infrastructure and irrigation projects. 35% of PetroCaribe concession funds are going to be invested in infrastructure and irrigation projects throughout Honduras. This was the determination made by Honduran President Zelaya and was announced by Secretary of Cattle and Agriculture Héctor Hernández, who assured that these funds will be destined for construction of several agricultural infrastructure projects such as storage silos and grain drying, as well as cattle ranch projects to achieve a massive impact in agricultural production. Álvaro Morales Molina tells us more in the national section. Hospital Maria, children's facility sits empty. The handling of healthcare in Honduras has always been a delicate issue. Only last year, the president of Honduras, Manuel Zelaya, declared a state of emergency within the healthcare system due to drug shortages in the nation's hospitals. That said, however, things are starting to improve, albeit at a fairly slow rate. The Ministry of Health in Honduras is working endlessly to improve all aspects of healthcare in the country, but among the greatest problematic issues facing the Ministry of Health at this moment is inadequate use of the budget. In a country where general resources are low, funds used on the healthcare system are unable to meet the growing demands of modern healthcare. Read the full article by Carolyn Nell in the national section. Ortega blasts Colombia's Navy. The Sandinista administration of Daniel Ortega has upped the rhetorical and diplomatic stakes in their long-running maritime dispute with Colombia. Chancellor Samuel Santos openly denounced the Colombian government and their naval forces in an official letter of protest delivered to the UN Secretariat and the Organization of American States. Read the full article by James W. Bowden in the Central America section. Movie review. In Michael Clayton, George Clooney more than a pretty face. Back in 1999, when George Clooney chose to leave ER, when it was still a ratings critical and Emmy Award powerhouse, many questioned his bold career choice. George thought he'd try a hand at the big screen, and while it may be argued whether he is among the best of his peers, he has managed to nab several Oscar nominations and won one of the coveted gold statuettes for Syriana. This year, he is nominated again for his title role in Michael Clayton, now playing at local theaters in Tegucigalpa. His risky career move paid off big time. Read the full review by Todd Ellerton in the cultural section. Honduras This Week Photo Contest. Tourist Tom Spaulding, winner of the Honduras This Week Photo Contest, submitted another great photo of a porthole window in French Harbor, Roatan, in the Bay Islands. See the photo in the cultural section. The Neo-Cold Wars. Venezuela aims for a Latin American Iron Curtain. 2 decades after the end of Latin America's dirty proxy wars and the dismantling of the Eastern European Soviet satellite states, Venezuelan socialist guru Hugo Chavez attempts to play the necromancer and revive the last century's Cold Wars. A fresh tropical version of the Iron Curtain rises from the grave. Read the full article by James W. Bowden in the Central America section. National campaign fights pig plague and generates jobs. About 600 direct and many indirect employees will be required during the development of the eradication and control program of the classic pig plague, PPC, a program presented and managed by the Secretary of Agriculture and Cattle of Honduras through the National Service of Farming Health. The campaign is projected to last 4 to 5 years in order to be able to declare Honduras free of the disease. Read the full article by Álvaro Morales Molina in the Business and Economic section. APUFRAM, 37 years helping the poorest people in Honduras. God, Study, Work is the enduring slogan of APUFRAM, Association of Franciscan Boys and Girls Towns, now in its 37th year of operation. The organization serves 1,000 of the poorest children in Honduras, the Dominican Republic, and Liberia in Africa. U.S. Franciscan Father Emil Cook, founder of the project, explains, "We believe the world is better when opportunity is available to everyone. My interest is to instill in children love for their neighbor and God, and to help them prepare for the future." Manfredo Martinez tells us more in the national section. Negotiations almost complete. Chicken exportation may begin shortly from Honduras to the U.S. According to official sources, negotiations between the government of Honduras and the United States regarding chicken exports from Honduras to the U.S. are reaching a successful conclusion. The negotiations, according to the source, are far enough along to only require governmental delegations from both countries to make final official visits. This was relayed to Honduras this week by Edmundo Toro, Director of the National Service of Farming Health, a division of the Secretary of Agriculture and Cattle. Read the full story by Álvaro Morales Molina in the Business and Economic section. Proper first aid prevents chronic injuries. When we go and watch our children play soccer, basketball, or volleyball, there usually aren't any professionals on hand to help out if any injury occurs. So, when an injury does occur, there we are feeling helpless as to how to apply proper first aid. Many people think they know first aid and offer a variety of suggestions, some good and some bad. One person advises to take the child to the emergency room, another says to apply heat, while yet another says to apply cold. It can get pretty confusing. Then grown-ups playing recreational sports often don't know what to do when they twist their ankle, stumble into another athlete, or make a wrong move with their knee or back. Sports physical therapist Yvonne Van List gives us useful first aid tips in the cultural section. This has been your online weekly update for Honduras. I'm Nicole Marder for Honduras This Week Online. Have a great day and see you next week for more Honduran news.